Well, this is the next project on the bench. The gentleman that owned the EICO keyer that I did an overview of in my previous video also has 3 of these EICO tri-band single sideband AM and CWs transceivers. They're a model 753. Or as I've learned from reading, they used to be called the 7 drifty 3s because they drifted. So anyway, he has 3 of these, and I'm tasked with taking the 3 of them and making one that is as close to new as possible. And I think this is the one I'm going to focus on because it's got the cleanest chassis and assembly and front panel that I've seen. Although somebody modified it. There's a switch here and a pot here, so I need to figure out what those are doing inside and how to reverse that. But that's okay. One of the other radios has a clean front panel. It's this brushed aluminum. It's beautiful. So one of the other radios has a clean one with clean graphics. So what I'll probably do is, if I reverse that mod, if it turns out I don't want to keep it and I reverse it, I'll swap panels. And if the other one's got a perfect strip, which, well, it's part of the panel, isn't it? Yeah, it's part of the panel. The S is a little marred here. Hopefully the other panel is perfect. We'll find out. But anyway, this radio is in beautiful shape on the outside. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, it's just clean all around. I mean, it looks almost new. It's just beautiful. And from what I can see inside, I mean, there's a couple of scratches on the top case here, but you know, I might look at the other cases and maybe one of those are in better shape. But what I can see inside of the chassis, it's really clean. It's shiny. It doesn't look like it's dusty at all in there. So, okay, top of the chassis. Again, it's just gorgeous for an old radio. I mean, this is the 60s after all. There's no corrosion. There's just a tiny bit of dust buildup. Everything is shiny. Looking down in the final cage, everything in there is shiny. The wafer switch contacts, yeah, they look varnished. I'll have to clean those. That's just from age, you know. And I'll clean the pots. I mean, that's all just standard stuff that you do. But the dial is perfect. Everything is just perfect in this radio. Of course, I have to figure out what this one modification is over here. The switch and this mystery pot. What are they doing? So that'll be the first thing I do with this guy. Dig through the schematic, figure out where these things are hooking up and what the heck they're doing. But it looks like he's switching. These 2 original wires here are spliced, brought up to the switch. So he's doing something with this pot. He's switching this pot into circuit with this pot, which is the receiver offset. Oh, that's the RIT, receiver incremental tuning, receiver offset. So he's switching another pot in. He's probably increasing the range of the receiver. Huh. Now you can see that if I zoom in. Yeah, kind of sloppy. But this switch is switching that pot that he added in, probably in series with the receiver offset pot to increase the range of it. So that'll be an easy mod to reverse if I'm right. Okay, there is the final section. We have 2 6DQ6Bs for the finals. And our Pi network, our tuning network there. And as you can see, everything is just like it's new. Look at those plates. Shiny. I haven't seen an old radio like this where the plates weren't marred a little bit, pitted slightly. So yeah, a little bit of dust here. Just a light layer of dust. Other than that, it's like a new radio. Okay, we're back in the underside of the EICO. There are 4 electrolytics that I can find, and all 4 of them are bad. So here we have, this one's a combination. It's got 2 capacitors in it, 2 leads coming out the other side. It's 2 8 microfarad at 450 volt caps, and that's off the scale on ESR, so that one's completely bad. This is a 2 microfarad over here at 160 volts, which is also off the scale on ESR, so that's bad. Down here, can't quite see it, but there's a small 10 microfarad at 25 volts. That's reading about 8 ohms ESR, so that's bad. And buried way back here. Yeah, you can't quite see it. It's right here behind this resistor. There's a resistor and there's a little capacitor. And that's a small electrolytic that I can't identify yet. I'll have to take it out to see what it is. Note to kit builders. When you build your kits and you're putting in something like an electrolytic or a component that has writing on it, that has the value printed on it, always try to orient it so that the value is visible for troubleshooting later. Years down the road, if you're troubleshooting and you don't remember or aren't sure what that value is, it's nice to be able to see it. Well, here's a little update on the EICO project. This is the donor rig that's donating the front panel for the good radio that had 2 holes drilled in it, and I have removed the panel. As you can see, a lot to it. All the controls are just sort of hanging here, and some of them you had to go in from behind, like the mic connector. I actually had to desolder it and remove it in order to get the panel off. The receiver offset control over here, the modified control on the good radio, the original pot, which I have the one out of the donor rig here, is a tapped pot. So you've got the normal 3 lugs, and then you've got a center tap up here that is halfway around the wipe. So you've got a fixed resistor divider plus a center tap that rotates through the resistor network. So that's kind of a special pot, and the original one was gone out of the good radio, replaced when the guy did the mod, so I'm going to have to take this one and put it in to the good radio to restore it back to factory. So that's that. But this is the front panel I took off the donor radio. Cleaned it up as best I can. I've got most of the years of grime off of it. It's pretty close to being shiny. In the right angle and the right light, you can still see just a little bit of a darkness where finger oil got into the aluminum. And I've been working on it with Q-tips and alcohol, and I just can't get all that mud out of there. I mean, it's awfully clean. It looks nice. At the right angle, it looks nice. So it's going to have to do. It's the best of the 3 radios that doesn't have holes drilled in it. So it's going to have to do. So I've got this panel off now of the donor rig. I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to get the good radio up here and remove its bad panel, restore the mod, get the good panel back on the new radio, and then I'm going to call it a day, because it's going on about 5 hours of labor, and I just need to take a break. So, well, after much work, a couple hours at least, the clean front panel is on the good radio. A couple of tiny issues to take care of yet. And one unfortunate thing I discovered, underneath this cap there is a bushing which had a little plastic grooved washer here, and the Graticule sits in there and spins freely, so that was an adjustment to turn the Graticule, to move it, to adjust your dial. That plastic washer was just falling apart. Any pressure on it at all, and pieces of it were falling off. It had turned solid and brittle. And unfortunately, it's a very specific and customized little washer made for this radio. It's more like a pulley, like a washer with a groove in it that the Graticule rides in. So the Graticule rides in that groove, and as the washer turns, it rotates that. And there's nothing I can do about the one that completely fell apart. The one that was partially in okay shape is in this radio, but the Graticule adjustment, which is under this cap, see, what you're able to do is take that cap off, and then you should be able to turn that and shift the Graticule left or right, and it no longer works. But anyway, the rest of the front panel looks good. It's nice and shiny, nice and clean. It's all original now. We don't have those two holes over there. That modification's been reversed. So the next thing to do will be some electronic work under this chassis. Replace 4 or 5 capacitors that were all baked dry in an attic. And I got to put the other parts radio back together, put the other front panel back on it, but I'll do that later. I'm going to take a break. I've been at this about 4.5 hours, and I'm getting kind of tired, so